Hey folks, Poster, welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video, and with the new Dragon type events and also the sync grids dropping for Clair and Kingdra / Iris and Haxorus, let's go over these expanded sync grids. This video will go over Kingdra, we'll go over Iris and Haxorus, and a separate one should come out in usually around 3 hours after this one releases. So anyways, let's get into this then. So first of all, a lot of the really interesting stuff, and this is also kind of true for Haxorus as well, it's kind of like locked under the second tube, like the Dragon Breath Hostile Environment / Draco Meteor Paralysis Synergy combo, right? Those are all locked behind your second tube. And you also got the Draco Meteor Status Quo down here as well, which is really interesting. Has a good chance of returning the user's lowered stats to normal when a move is successful, meaning, you know, Draco Meteor, which you guys probably know, the Draco Meteor does harshly lower your special attack, so if you get this is really cool. But unfortunately it is locked behind the sync grid for now. Also got Dire Rain as well, crits land more easily when attack move is used in rain, which is that's okay, I guess, if you're running a rain comp, right? So anyways, let's go over this. So basically what we're going to go for is Draco Meteor, because without like the hostile environment, I just don't really see a point going for Dragon Breath. We can go through like a quick Dragon Breath build in the end, but let's focus on Draco Meteor. So Draco Meteor, as with all other comps, let's just get our bases covered, right? These are all free grids, and let's get into Draco Meteor. So if you're building a Draco Meteor comp, obviously you want to take all the Draco Meteor nodes, right? So that's what, plus 16 damage to Draco Meteor, or power to your Draco Meteor, and also get the 10% accuracy that you need so your Draco Meteor doesn't miss anymore, which is really nice. That's mainly what you want out of this, at least, right? The Draco Meteor actually super important. And now with that gone, we got a few options, right? You could either go with a rain comp or not a rain comp, right? So let's just pick up some stats up first. Let's pick up some special attack over here. Pick up some special attack over here, get some over here maybe. Actually, let's actually leave some of the stats first. Let's talk about some of the potential options that we could go for. So you have Special Reserve 6 up here, which is once per battle radically raises user's special attack while in a pinch, which is actually really useful, by the way. Radically raises, I think, is plus 6, right? So that's really interesting. But like, here's the thing with Kingdra, like, unlike a lot of other sync pairs that do have the, pinch thing, right? It's kind of hard to get Kingdra into a pinch, right? It doesn't have endurance. A lot of the other ones do have endurance. Kingdra does not. So it's kind of a gamble. Like, sometimes it's going to be really powerful because plus 6, that's huge, right? Especially, for a Draco Meteor user. Sometimes you get that plus 6 super powerful, and sometimes it just doesn't trigger at all and you just die, right? Especially in scenarios where you get lucky, or I guess in this case unlucky. You only get targeted once with an opponent's move, and it hits you to like half HP, and then they just never hit you again, and then they sync move and then they just kill you, right? That would be really unfortunate. So it really depends on the circumstances. It's gotta either be super powerful or super useless. So to get that, obviously, you would want to either get the X special attack move gauge refresh, or go around it, which is a bit more costly. Get the you do get 30 HP though, which is cool, I guess, and special defense plus 5. I would recommend going for this because, unlike a lot of the other sync pairs, this is actually really useful for Kingdra, because again, Draco Meteor does lower your special attack, harshly lower your special attack, so you do have a lot of opportunities to actually use this the special attack multiple times to regain your special attack, since you don't really have the Draco Meteor Status Quo at the moment, right? So that would be pretty helpful. So you can take that. That's pretty nice. So after you take that, Dragon Guard is okay. Like, it reduces damage when the Pokemon is attacked by Dragon type moves, which again is only useful when you're facing Pokemon that use Dragon type moves, which I guess you'll always be using Kingdra against Dragon type Pokemon, at least, since why else would you use Kingdra? Right? Kingdra's not that great as a general striker. It's just mostly useful when you're facing other Dragon type Pokemon, and the only thing Drag type is effective against is other Drag types. But like it doesn't like guarantee you that it's gonna be useful even against Dragon type Pokemon, right? Because it's like it's only Drag type moves. Because you know, a lot of Drag type Pokemon, like Kingdra in this event, it likes using Surf a lot, right? So you know, Rayquaza sometimes uses Aerial Ace. You might just not get hit by Dragon type moves at all. But when you do, it's kind of cool, I guess. But I just personally won't use it just because it's just not that widely used. So let's assume we don't get that, and let's just move along and let's go down, I guess, on the bottom left side, right? Bottom left side, just picking up some stats, nothing too crazy, just some stats. And then we got last is 3, right? We've got 3 more we could pick up. Let's pick up some speed over here, right? And that's basically all we got. So this is a, I guess, what call it, the a Draco Meteor build with Special Reserve 6, right? Which is, you know, pretty useful. It's super strong when it does get triggered, right? But the only problem is, yeah, if you get to trigger it or not. It's not really that hard to trigger, but sometimes you get unlucky and you just don't get it. But otherwise, it's pretty powerful. Like, even if you don't get it, okay, let's go for some scenarios where you don't get Special Reserve and see what else you could do, right? Like there really isn't any other super interesting nodes anyways, so like why not go for it, right? I mean, if you don't go for that, you get all these stats, right? Maybe get that speed as well, special attack. I don't even like. That's, you know, that's too much, right? Maybe you'll take out the speed and just go for the special attack and just get a bit of extra speed or whatever. Yeah, I don't really think it's worth it. Just go for Special Reserve, why not, right? So you could either do that, or the other build would be a rain build, right? You do have both rain gear and Raging Rain down here, right? Which is pretty interesting. For a rain build, you will mostly be using this in single player, honestly. Like, why would you use this in co-op? Weather is just so bad in co-op, right, unfortunately. So you won't be using this in co-op too much. So since you're not going to be using this in co-op too much, Special Reserve 6 and Dragon Guard are going to be relatively useless, because in single player, Kingdra is just not going to draw aggro. You're just never going to take damage. Well, I wouldn't say never, but you know, you're rarely going to take damage. It's just mainly going to be your support that's taking the damage, right? Or your tank, right? I guess you could have a tech unit tank, but you know, mainly your tank taking damage. So you won't really need these, and you won't really need rain gear either, because again, you're not taking damage for the most part. You only take damage when you're getting hit by AoEs. Otherwise, you won't take too much damage. So. If that's the case, then let's go down and pick up Raging Rain, which is cool, right? Raging Rain, then we could go ahead and pick up special attack. Speed isn't as important in single player, right? So we'll opt for the extra special attack instead. And, you know, you could pick up some +5 node if you want to go for defense, a bit of speed, right? Speed's so nice though, right? Speed, special defense, whatever you want to go for. And voila, you got a got a rain set, which does not include Dire Rain, because, well, it's not unlocked yet. Let's see. How, if we want to get Dire Rain, there's enough, no, there's not enough energy. I'll have to give up on some more stats. Wow, that's a lot of stats we're gonna give up on. Okay, well, if we give up on all our special attack nodes that aren't, you know, in the way of Dire Rain, then we get it. Is it worth it? I don't know. Anyways, it probably is worth it, just because Kingdra's crit boosting move is kind of weird, because you usually would want to use it later in the game, which then you don't get crits early on. So yeah, Dire Rain's actually pretty nice for Kingdra if you're going for a rain build. So that's for all the Draco Meteor builds. I'll go over like a quick Dragon Breath build if you guys really want Dragon Breath. I guess the only upside for Dragon Breath, honestly, is probably just, well, you get, you know, it's a bit more cheaper, I think, right? And also, quicker, you know, more spammable, right? It's not a 3 gauge move, it's 2 gauge move, right? Obviously more spammable, more helpful for unity, all that. Let's pick up the special attack stuff first. Let's go in Dragon Breath, pick up all the Dragon Breath nodes. Probably want the move gauge refresh, because, well, you're going for this anyway, so why not? As for as for the other stuff, like the special reserve, a special reserve, if you're going for Dragon Breath, really honestly just isn't as good as if you were going for, you know, if you're using Draco Meteor, just because you just don't get the minus whatever, right? And you have to like get X special attack anyways, and if you do get X special attack, you just get +6, and you like your special attack just doesn't get decreased at all. So just pick up the X special attack instead, right? And if you want the YIM or VIM, I guess, Victory is Mine, you can pick that up as well. And just, I guess, just get the just get your stats, get your special attack stats, and that's basically it. Get a bit of speed, right? Pick up some speed if you want, and that's basically it. If you want Dragon Guard, then I guess you could go for Dragon Guard instead, right? You balance. I'll keep the speed. Let's just take up the +5 special attack, right? And there you go. Or you get like special attack 5 plus speed 5, but I don't really recommend Dragon Breath. We just don't have all the good nodes unlocked for Dragon Breath anyways at the moment. So anyways, that's me for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about these builds and all that stuff. Iris's Synchrid video should be coming out in around 3 hours once this video is released, or it could be already on the channel. So anyways, do subscribe if you want to get all that stuff. Like you enjoyed this video, thought it was helpful, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which potentially would be the Iris Synchrid video if you guys are interested in that at all, right?